Is it possible to discover your life's purpose in under 5 minutes? Stay tuned. This is Damon Cart from NLP Gym, discovering your life's purpose in under 5 minutes. If you haven't already, please click subscribe to this YouTube channel so you can get these videos on a regular basis. It seems pretty amazing to think that you could discover your life's purpose in 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes. But I was looking on YouTube to see what was being offered on this subject, and the first top videos, which means those are the videos that people are watching the most, were videos making claims that you could find your life's purpose, discover your life's purpose in sometimes under 5 minutes, as little as 3 minutes, sometimes 7 minutes. And I was looking at that and I was thinking, is that really possible? Can you really do that? And the question is not a great question, to tell you the truth. And the answer is a pretty unsatisfactory answer. There's a yes to it and there's a no to it. But it's really hard to come up with a good question regarding this, because this is obviously something that's very important to us, meaning and purpose in life and feeling like we matter. This is really important, and that's what gets us caught in this question of, well, what's my life's purpose? And the reason why it's not a great question is because it implies that your life's purpose is sort of somewhere out there for you to find, and that it's like a thing. So I have to go out there and find my life's purpose and then take it home with me. And even though that might not be exactly what you're consciously thinking when you ask that question, but it's what it implies, and what it implies often has unconscious implications to it. So that's kind of how we think about it. Now, like I said, this is obviously something that's important to people. We need to feel like we matter. We need to feel like what we do has meaning. We need to feel like our life has purpose. And even people like Viktor Frankl wrote about this. You can almost get through anything. Man can get through so much suffering if he or she feels like their life has meaning and purpose. So in his situation, he was talking about the Holocaust, and he was in a concentration camp, and he was able to find meaning and purpose and even happiness in a concentration camp. That's pretty amazing. But it just goes to show you with the human condition, it tells you something about the human condition. We've all had the experience of feeling like our life doesn't have meaning or it doesn't have purpose. And this is really what cults prey on, people who feel like they have no meaning in their life or they have no purpose, because people who feel that way are often in search of something, and they're very vulnerable to being manipulated. So here comes this group or this cult and gives them some sense of meaning and purpose, or they are told, you matter to us, and the guru makes them feel special in some way. And those people will often defend the movement, the cult, the system, whatever it is, to the death, because they would rather die than give up the meaning of their life or the purpose of their life. There are definitely times where you felt like your life had meaning and purpose, and it also probably felt like it was quite fleeting and capricious. As soon as you tried to get your hands on it, it slipped out like a slimy fish. It's when we've had those feelings of meaning and purpose, we often want to hold on to it, but it still goes away anyway. And we're like, well, what just happened? What many people will do is, because it seems to be fleeting and it doesn't seem to be coming from within, or if it comes from within, they can't get a handle on it. They will seek outside means of feeling like they have meaning and purpose and value in their life. So here it is, the under 5 minutes yes answer to finding your life's purpose. You will find your life's purpose in what you value. It is really that simple. So why isn't everybody doing it? Because most people's values are deeply unconscious. It almost seems like it's hidden from them. And again, this is why meaning and purpose seem to come and go so quickly, is because when you experience it, you don't know why you're experiencing it. I can tell you why you're experiencing it, because for those moments, or even days, weeks, or months, your behavior, your attitude, and your mindsets are aligned with your highest values. When that happens, meaning, purpose, your life mattering, all of that will happen immediately and automatically. It just happens. Why? Well, because you are aligned and you're congruent with what you value most. So it couldn't really be any other way. Now, the mystery about this is that, again, most people don't know what their values are. If they knew what their values were, then they could align themselves better to it. They could be more conscious about doing it. And they could also know, hey, when I start to feel that feeling of my life feels meaningless and purposeless, well, I know I'm not aligned with my values. I need to go back. Okay, what are my values? And what am I doing in my life to align with them? So it's more of a doing rather than a being. And it's about knowing what those values are and aligning yourself to it. When you break your own rules, when you act in a way that is opposite to what you value, yeah, you feel down about yourself. Your life could feel meaningless. And that's a scary place to be. Like I said, we've all done it before. We've all been there. What is the purpose of my life was a question that I was plagued with until I started learning NLP, and then I learned about values elicitation. And then later, when I learned Steve Andreas' self-concept model, I really learned why this was so important. And his take on it is that this is where self-esteem is created. And of course, that is true. But I would go further than that and say this is where fulfillment is created. This is where purpose is created. This is where your life starts to take on a feeling of meaning and that you matter. Eliciting your values, knowing what they are, aligning yourself to it, realizing that when you're not acting in that way, or you're acting in a way that opposes your values, that is what makes you feel down. That's what makes you feel meaningless. So you're not going to find your life's purpose at the end of a workshop. You're not going to find it during a spiritual quest or at the end of a spiritual quest. You don't have to do crazy things to prove yourself or to a guru. You don't have to walk on hot coals to find your life's purpose. It's already there in you. You just need to discover what it is you value. And when you realize what that is and you align yourself to those values, there's not even a question of what's my purpose, or does my life matter, or does my life have meaning? It doesn't even come up really, because you're in it, you're doing it. It's just natural, you're feeling it. It's kind of like flow. When you're in flow, you don't question, am I doing this right, or am I doing this well? You're just simply doing it. Check out my website, nlp-gym.com. Follow me on Facebook for real-time updates on upcoming talks that I'm doing, or workshops, or even online trainings that I'm launching. Also, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please subscribe right now so you can get these videos on a regular basis. And if you like this video, please click like right down here. Also, if you go to my website, you'll notice there is some free NLP training, especially for people who aren't sure if they want to do NLP training or if they want to actually pay for a workshop or an online training. This is a great start. So I have sensory acuity and calibration training, which is a foundational skill in learning NLP. Unfortunately, a lot of NLPers, when they start learning NLP, they jump past that foundational skill. It's something you learn in the beginning, but it has to be cultivated, it has to be practiced. Also, I have 2 free hypnotic inductions. The first one is about more self-esteem and understanding your values and aligning yourself to your values, so it's really appropriate for this video right now, which will give you greater purpose. And then also I have a second hypnotic induction that has to do with relieving stress and getting a better night's sleep. It goes a little bit deeper than that, but check out the induction. Both of them are free, and the sensory acuity and calibration training is also free. So dive in, take advantage of that, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.